Hey everybody, Mark Walters with BigFanboy.com. Once again here at the Dallas International Film Festival. It is the last day in the interview suite, so a lot of us are very tired, but we're also very happy to be here. And we've got the crew from Houston. I've got Bastian Günther, is that how I say it?
Yes.
And Jason Douglas from the movie Houston. Now you guys just got in, and so I'm sure you're probably exhausted already, but you know, you've got this whole thing ahead of you. And I know that you guys also played at Sundance.
Mm-hmm.
So coming here to Dallas, you know, when you first got the call about this thing and found out you were going to be able to bring the film here, you know, what was the first thing that went through your head? I mean, everybody always has their different perceptions of what Dallas is like and, you know, what to expect from it.
Mm-hmm.
So what were you thinking when you found out?
This is my first time in Dallas, actually. So I live part-time in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot of Austin friends, and they said, hey, the Dallas Film Festival is great, and if you're invited, you should go there. And so we got an email that we are selected for the festival, and yeah, we were happy. And I said, at this time we were in Berlin. We live in Berlin and in Austin. And so I said, okay, let's go to Austin and then drive to Dallas.
Well, and your film is also very appropriate for the festival because of having the Texas flavor to it and everything. And also this is both in German and English as well. So it's kind of a nice mixture of, it covers both bases. It's like we've got the international flavor and the Texas flavor in there. And how important was that for you to kind of have that nice mix in there?
Yeah, it's basically very important for the story and the main character. He's a recruiter, a headhunter for the economy, and he needs to go to Houston to hunt down an American CEO. And at the same time, he's an alcoholic, and so this whole trip becomes a journey into his darkness. And so I needed him to go somewhere far away. I was looking for a city, a business city where with a lot of energy companies, where it's humid in summer. And so I visited Houston, and immediately I thought that's the place.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is why the mix came up. I mean, I knew that he needed to go somewhere, and I was lucky that I found Houston so fast. So
yeah, it does seem like it's an interesting choice, you know, for a location and whatnot. Talking about coming out of Sundance and the reactions that you got there, what was the number one thing the feedback that you got from audiences? What kind of things did you hear back from those guys there?
The audience was very happy with the film. I mean, you never know if people don't like the film, they just walk away and they don't talk to you. So you don't know how many people maybe didn't like the film.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people came and were really enthusiastic about the film, and the reactions during the screening, they were really great. There was a lot of laughing and a lot of just really silence during the film, and people were just focused. And we had very good reviews in the Hollywood Reporter or Variety or Exclaim, and the American cinematographer just did a big piece on the camera work of Houston, and so we were really happy about the response.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like when you work on something like this and you're so close to it, you know, until you get to see it with an audience and get that sort of feedback. I think that's one of the things that's so great about film festivals is that it does give you sort of that instant feedback that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise.
Yeah, it's crazy. You work for 4 or 5 years on that film, and you always have control about the film because you're editing it, you're in the sound studio, and it's still there and you can change it. But at one point you just give it away, and then the audience has the power, and they can say this is a good film or we don't like it, and you have no power anymore, no control.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting.
All right, so what do you want to do while you're in Dallas? What's the number one thing, like when you're not busy, like showing the film and, you know, answering questions and doing interviews? Have you got any plans? Go out to eat? Something you want to do? Barbecue?
We went out yesterday, actually, and we have a screening today and one tomorrow night.
Yeah, at Angelica.
And so maybe we do something tomorrow during the day, but so far I have no plans.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Actually, it is showing today. Houston is showing at 4:15 today on Friday. It's also showing tomorrow on Saturday at 8:30 p.m. And then where do you guys go from here? Like, what's the next step for Houston? Do you go to other film festivals? What do you got lined up?
We go next week to North Carolina, to River Run, and end of April to Boston. So these are the next 2 festivals. And we're working on the European premiere. It's in beginning of July. and the German premiere will be around October, and this is also when the film will be released in the theaters. So.
How do German audiences react to the Texas side of it? Like, do they understand a lot of that, or does it seem like it's maybe? I guess it's kind of like us watching a film in German, you know.
I don't know. It hasn't shown in Germany so far.
Oh, you haven't shown it yet?
No,
okay.
we opened in the US.
Yeah.
So your country is still the only country who watched the film.
We got the first look at it. So.
Yeah, I mean 80% was shot in the US, and we have a lot of American actors. I mean,
yeah,
Uli,
Garrett Dillahunt.
And Jason, and Uli is the only one. He's the German main character, and but 80% of the film take place in Texas.
Yeah.
So
Jason, talk about working with Bastian. What he's able to bring as a director to this thing.
Right. You know, I've been on a lot of projects. You know, at this point in my career, and working with Bastian and his director of photography, Michael Kochi, was such an education for me, and really, it's like I like to tell people, and it really reaffirmed my love for the craft of filmmaking. Seeing the way those guys worked, you know, they come in with a vision, and they're persistent. Their commitment to the craft is just, it's amazing to be around. Sometimes when you work on a project, there are commercial considerations. There are, you know, producers tugging one way or the other. But I always felt like with Bastian and Michael that there was something that they were pursuing, something, you know, taking a film and creating something that they wanted to give to the audience, not so much to please an investor or to please different parties. But I really feel like, you know, when you see the film, you're really seeing a work of art. You're seeing something that comes from his heart. It's very personal. It's funny, but it's dark. So you know, I'm thrilled to get to see it today. This will be my first chance to actually see it on the big screen. Yeah, and so I'm excited to see how my perceptions and experiences kind of, you know, translated into the final product. So, but really great for me. I had an opportunity to work with a filmmaker here in Dallas last year, whose short just screened this past weekend here at the festival, and it was a similar working experience. And I remember telling him, you know, working with you guys was like working with Bastian and Michael. You know, so for me, it's kind of set a benchmark for what a great filmmaking experience can be like. You know, from the standpoint of a cast member. So.
Very, very cool. Where can people find out more information about Houston online?
We have a website, houston-film.de, and it brings you to the Facebook side.
Okay.
And yeah, and there you can see all the news about the other festivals and the release in autumn and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a chance we'll see it at Fantastic Fest as well? Because you being down in Austin. That's like, I think, in August or September. I can't remember when it is.
I haven't heard about this one, but...
well, I'll give you the details.
Okay.
Houston plays today at Angelica as well as tomorrow. If you haven't had a chance to see it, check it out. It is at Angelica at 4:15 today on Friday and 8:30 p.m. tomorrow on Saturday. Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
And I hope your experience here in Big D is memorable and fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thank you so much. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks a lot. Good to meet you. Yeah.